great, that's exciting. And then I'm going to Texas, and everyone's like, oh, as if that's somehow a letdown. I actually really enjoy it here. I don't know why people, but I haven't been to the rest of the country, so maybe I don't have the right perspective.
Well, that's the thing. Now we need to take you over to the West Coast a little bit. We got to get you to New York. You got to see some of the bigger hubs on the coastline now.
Yeah. New York I just drove through New York when I was there in transit, and it was frightening.
It's wild.
It's scary.
New York is wild, man.
Yeah.
New York is wild. LA also is crazy. Then we got to go to San Francisco. We got to go to Seattle. We got to see a bunch of things, man. It's all good. It'll happen, Anders. We're gonna take the Room on Fire road trip. We'll make it do. We'll make it work.
Document all of it. Well, look, we do have the knife round coming up, and apparently it's going to be Mirage first. I thought it was Dust 2, so sorry about the misinformation. Regardless, knife round to decide who's going to be starting on what side. That's pretty much what we're going to do for the rest of the tournament, which is a really good idea. Flom, he's got 5 French people. Well, I guess a couple of Belgian ones as well, stabbing him, and he ends up going down. In the end, that means Titan get to pick what side they want to start on. Wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be the CT side. Luminosity will be starting on the terrorist side. So once again, a big welcome all of you tuning in from all across the world on Twitch. And hope you guys will stay with us pretty much all day, because it's going to be a pretty long day.
Yeah, it is. Well, we're gonna have 4 best of 3s played throughout the day. So, I mean, it's going to be that feels like actually a pretty solid day, right? Probably like around 10 hours of content, basically just going to go through and through right from the start. And we also had the All-Star match today, this morning, so that was wild. And, of course, what's up, you. Even though I shouldn't be saying that, I always feel conflicted now. It's like I don't know who to cheer for anymore. I want everybody to win, Anders, because I'm from both.
Everyone should win. That's going to be rough, though. I mean, I don't think anyone's tried a tournament like that, and presumably all the players would be playing, I don't know, pretty relaxed if there was nothing on the line.
Well, Wolfmeister went for the chance knife, right? He was going in there.
Yeah, and I mean, once we get to Fnatic, it could happen again. JW knifing people. It's been known to happen in official matches before. I don't know, Mirage. I'm kind of curious how this is going to play out. Decent map for Titan overall. I mean, they're pretty good on it.
Yeah, I think so. And checking over recent results right now for Luminosity, they've lost their last 3 Mirage maps. So it's sounding like they're a little shaky on the map right now, and it seems like they also rely heavily on the ops. So that's Flom and Frost. They need to get those guys going. But to do that, you need a strong economy. So if you're struggling at the start, you're going to have a hard time getting those expensive rifles. And if you rely on that to win the map, I suppose that's what makes it kind of tricky for them.
Yeah, and I'm getting worried because I read the map order backwards, essentially. It means Dust 2 is going to be the 3rd map.
Yeah, Dust 2 is the 3rd map. Mirage to start, Cash, and then Dust 2.
So, I don't know. I would say it's likely then. I would have said that Dust 2 was the better map, I think, for Luminosity to beat Titan on.
Yeah, well, also because it's always been the underdog map, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But teams can come out of nowhere and, just flat out win on Dust 2. Or if that's going to be a 3rd map, that's why I'm saying it's 2-1 maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe if we can make it there, but then I still have to favor Titan pretty much on all 3 maps just because of the experience of the lineup.
Yeah. Just they seem ready. They were disappointed in themselves in Cologne just now. They weren't happy.
Well, Apex in particular, just because they're always it's like this feeling for them, we're almost always there, and then we always fall short. At the we make it to map 3, and then we can't clinch it. And
it was a different Titan lineup as well. It was one where Maniac had, I think, the best performance of any player in the whole tournament.
Yep,
it was
flat out.
Incredible. Maniac really playing well. Apex struggling in some maps, but coming back into it, showing that he's mentally quite a strong player. And Kenny having a really hard time.
Almost invisible.
Yeah.
That's the wild thing that Titan, that
crazy.
They were able to go that far. They made a finals without Kenny, basically, because Kenny had just such a low impact on almost all the maps.
Yeah,
it was the Maniac and Apex show practically.
That is uncommon, isn't it? Usually, you would see Kenny being a big part of it.
Well, he's the one who makes the difference, right? They literally created this team around Kenny. Kenny's op was the focal point of the whole roster. He's the man who's going to either lock it down on CT or create openings on T.
Yeah.
The fact that they couldn't rely on him that tournament.
And then. Sorry, just gotta quickly do this.
Yeah, we gotta make sure that's gonna happen.
There we go. Otherwise, we can hear the players in game. That's gonna be really confusing. Casting on top of them talking. But we should be going into that any second. But RPK and Existence, I was gonna say, also playing quite well. Having pretty solid. Consistent results.
Yeah, it feels like Existence in particular, he's stepped up his form, and I think a lot of that is due to him being full-time Counter-Strike now. He's taken a break from his studies, taken a pause for a year or something, so to be able to fully focus on CS. And so I think that made a big difference. As soon as that happened, all of a sudden you start seeing him obviously have more time to devote to the game and just being able to save his energy for the game rather than being split up 2-3 different ways. But then you say that, and then Maniac has like one of the craziest tournaments like of all time, and he's like working part-time, going to school full-time, and then playing CS. So Maniac right now is just a machine, like an out-and-out total machine.
Yeah. Definitely. And you think that would detract from his play, but then he's playing better than he ever has. But
Then what's happening here is
pretty exciting.
Like, speaking of Maniac, I think he just shot Apex in the head.
They decided they're only going to play 4 people in the pistol. No, they're probably going to restart the game any second now, and we should be back into it.
Yeah, Frost kills himself.
Kenny named his pistol Magic Baguette. I enjoy that. I think that's it's good fun. Hard not to love Kenny.
Yeah, but he's got the okay. Well, his magic stick, obviously, then magic baguette. But I feel like the op is like the perfect baguette, though. Come on, Kenny.
The ultimate.
You missed an obvious one there.
There's still time. So, on the Luminosity team, the players to watch, in my opinion, most of the time, I feel like Anger has a pretty high top level, but sometimes a little bit inconsistent. So, Flom and Frost, I think, are the 2 players that I'm going to be watching the most for, although I know that Lex is also super motivated. I sometimes wonder about if he's... we've got a couple of people in the European scene who are like this, where they could probably go pretty big, but they seem to just lack like the full motivation for it. They seem to always be a couple of things that are keeping them back. Maybe like everything else, investing the full time into it. Do you want to study or work part time or anything like that? So I'm hoping with Luminosity they've got the support to put more time into it, because I think they have a decent lineup.
Well, what we have to note as well is that like you mentioned, they recently switched up their in-game leaders. Arya is now calling for Luminosity, so he's going to be there. He's going to be their in-game leader, which is just wild as well, because they really haven't had much time to shape things up. So that's what you have to wonder. Just what kind of level are they going to be able to bring here tactically? And really don't think that that's going to be a high one. So this is probably going to shape up to being straight up headshot battles. A lot of the time it feels like we should expect that out of Luminosity. They're probably going to go group up as like 4 or 5 and just kind of crash onto sites, get the headshots behind the flashes, and go from there.
Right. I mean, we've seen in the past how hard it could be for Titan when they play against teams that play like that, when they're struggling like this. All right. They're still.
Well, is this live or not?
No, there's no way it could be live, because they're still killing each other in spawn every once in a while.
Yeah, this can't possibly be it.
I'm pretty sure they're just relaxing. You can see Kenny's just taking a timeout. Put it like this, Summer. If it was live, it'd be the strangest map of all time. Just
no. Og bought up on RPK. I'm like, okay, bro.
And half of Tyson just deciding, we're just only going to halfway play. Well, what do you think? Org, is it going to be, are we ever going to see the... are we going to see the Org play?
Yeah, we're going to see it come back, right? Dude, that's what's going to happen. Oh, yeah, you had the Heaton.
There's something going on.
There's like a 24-hour interview going on with Heaton as well over at Fragbite. That's like Heaton apparently is going to get a NIP logo tattooed live on the stream.
I've heard rumors about this, yeah.
Okay.
A 24-hour interview. That is crazy. How do you interview someone in 24 hours?
So they've got him, I think they've really just got him posted up in a bed. There's like a bed in that room, and so it's just going to be 24-hour stream of Heaton. We'll probably get to see him sleeping too. Like, think of all the fangirls out there. Their dreams are just coming true right now.
Maybe...
Or fanboys.
I was going to say, can you broadcast that? Maybe they could invite people in. I mean, just to come and say.
Oh, is that it? Like if you, this is like a Patreon or something like that. If you donate a certain amount, you get to sleep with Heaton for 5 minutes.
Well, someone has to take you to the next level on Twitch. Someone has to be that person. We've already got the people with the blackboards in the background. You can donate and you put your name on the blackboard. Maybe.
What's dangerous is he's gonna have to have like a full body, pajama, like old style pajamas, because he can't really show any nudity on Twitch, right?
No, it's true. How are they gonna do the? I don't know where the tattoo is gonna be placed. Maybe there should be a vote where to put the tattoo.
Oh yes.
I like that. Where to put Heaton tattoo?
Left butt cheek.
Exactly. That would be interesting. Look, we do have everyone on the server. So it's the minor issue that we're sorting out here, and we'll be ready to go with the game. Best of 3, of course, starting off in. I say again, all weekend. I hope you guys are ready to get your sleep schedules completely twisted, because especially in the European part of the world, it's going to be interesting.
Well, it's fairly nice, actually. Well, yeah, the European guys are going to have to just basically stay up until like 3 or 4 in the morning to follow this. So
just have to commit.
Guys, that's it. Start waking up at 11, 12, noon, 1, right? Just like completely switch it around so you can follow these games. And also because it's been so long now since we've seen Fnatic. So I think this is great. Like Fnatic on LAN, it's been several LANs since they haven't been there, basically since Katowice, since they won the major. So,
they've taken a break.
Yeah, that's it. And it was quite a long break as well. They said that they took like 2 weeks away from the game at least.
So let's see how that's affected them, because there's another team here that has done sort of the opposite, which is Virtus Pro.
Yeah,
Virtus Pro seem to be just tanking all the tournaments, just saying, well, just do everything.
They're like wild, man.
It's rough on them, isn't it?
Like, how do you keep that? How do you keep that up? Like, that's the thing, because you're like, the damage that you take from LAN is like cumulative, right? You know, like you go to a LAN and then you come back and you try to rest, but you don't get up to 100%. And then you go to the next LAN and then you come back and you're going to probably get to like 80% this time, and then so you keep dropping, or at least there's got to be like a plateau where you can't go lower than that. But still, like, what kind of level are you going to be able to bring, you know, to your 7th LAN in a row?
Especially if things aren't working. I think if you went to you know 6 LANs in a row and you finished, you know, top 1 and 2 in all of them, and the team was feeling great. But if you start feeling like you know, something's not working, we need time to fix it.
Yeah.
You've got no time to fix it. You're doing all the events, so
that's something that they have to worry about as well, because they won Copenhagen, beat TSM there, great. But then they got bombed out at the next one. So that's it's got to be just like, what is going on for Virtus Pro? They've got to be really scratching their heads wondering right now.
Yeah, I mean, it could work. I think it can work, but it's a really tough schedule they've got going on, and sort of the opposite philosophy of what Fnatic are doing, which is saying, well, we just need to win certain tournaments, the big ones, and then we'll not worry about anything else. And in terms of that, in terms of prize pool, this is a big one.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like 140,000, I think, for the invite
144,
tournament.
I think, is being paid out. So it's like, I think it's 70,000 for the first place.
That's insane.
It's almost a major tournament. Major tournament would be 100,000, so it's really close.
It's insane. Yeah. So the teams, well, I mean, I think, you know, this kind of caught a lot of the teams off guard for this season, as far as, you know, I think it was announced like halfway through that, by the way, guys, you know, we're going to like really bump up the prize money, but like next tournament is going to be cutthroat. Everybody's going to want to play in ESEA. Every invite team basically is going to be in here just cracking away. So
absolutely,
next LAN is just going to be insane.
Yeah, we'll see. So going into Mirage, I'm kind of curious if Luminosity is going to be able to catch Titan off guard. The one thing that has happened to Titan in the past, like we were talking about with Peter when they were playing at the offline qualifiers for Katowice. It does seem like if Titan are playing a team that is just wild and crazy and have almost no structure to them, it's really hard for them to figure out what's going on.
No.
I mean, they keep insisting on playing their own style, whereas if they just played an aim battle style, they could. I mean, Titan can probably beat most of these teams just playing an aim battle style. But if they don't play like that, if they don't adjust to it, could be a bit rough sometimes. That's what happened when they were playing Peter, more or less. Yeah.
It's like when you have talent like Kenny and Apex and even RPK, who's starting to show up, like they need to be able to rely on it. And the thing is that at least Apex has had quite a bit of time to warm up now, because, you know, I single him out because he's mentioned this in the past, where he's one of those players who really needs to have like half an hour to an hour where he can just sit and DM and warm up, get his eye in. And if he doesn't have that, he feels like he's not going to be able to play his game. It's a mental thing for him.
Yeah.
So at least, you know, Titan have had plenty of time to warm up. They even showed up a day early for this event, so they flew in on Wednesday so that they would have all of yesterday to just get acclimated, get used to the time zone, get some good sleep, right? So they've basically done everything that they need to be in the perfect state of mind to come in and dominate right off the bat.
Yeah, actually, speaking of Apex, he's one of the guys I tried to talk to during the tournament in Cologne here, the Assault 1 tournament, and one of the things that he sort of said is that one match he had on Mirage, actually, where Mirage, he was really bad. It was really, really awful for him. And I asked him, well, what happened? What did you do in between those two maps, in between Mirage and Inferno? And he said, I actually just walked away from my team. I said, you guys have to leave me alone, and I need to get back into this, and it worked. Apex is a really interesting person in that sense. So more research should be done into that kind of mentality. It's really cool.
He's just one of the hungriest individuals you'll meet in the CS scene. Yeah. The only thing he cares about is winning. Like, he will do anything to do it. So looks like we are getting live with the pistol, though, in a moment's time here, guys. So this is going to be Mirage, first map of this best of 3, and looks like everything is right. At least the money is there. The teams are buying.
Yeah, let's get it on. This is going to be really good here. We do have actually 3 smoke grenades on Luminosity. Definitely an A-take. That is such a clear indication. It could be nothing else. If Titan knew, they would stack 5 people in this A-bomb site. That's all there is to it. Because that's the only time you're going to be doing it. Apex in the back line here, just with armor, and he's looking for straight headshots. And look what Titan are doing. They're stacking 3 people. This is a great call coming out from Aya, who is just freshly taken over the in-game leading here on Luminosity. Really swift call, really good call. And Apex, though, opening up with a good headshot. That's a big big problem.
Yeah, that's a big shot for him. And now they can just play for the retake here, Titan. As soon as they can get confirmation that that bomb is on the A site. But all these smokes should be a clear tell. Apex and RPK are just picking them apart right now. Luminosity already down 3 guys. They aren't even close to getting a bomb plant.
Oh no, and Flom will go down. Anger all the way in the back will burn alive to Kenny's Molotov. That's a very horrible example of such a good call, strategically really good call, and then just completely getting shut down. Apex got the opening kill, and instead of staying behind the 3-box here, he falls back and just plays it outside the smoke, jumps up, and denies the bomb plant as well. So Apex doing really well early on. Still credit to Luminosity for reading it really well. That was the perfect call pretty much. They just couldn't execute on it.
And wow, Luminosity, they could go for a force buy here. They could go Tech 9 Kevlar, but instead they elect to just invest in a couple of nades. They still have a couple of smokes. This is looking like they want to set up for B and have it be like a quasi B take here. They're going to have a couple smokes to set things.
This grenade.
Yeah, it's going to be money.
Oh no. Right, it actually does limited damage, and Maniac's going to go down. That could have been much worse, I think, for Luminosity. RPK with a good headshot there onto Lex, and he's got the pistol out, fighting Arya in the corner, and he's going to get some backup as well. Flom, be nice if he could get one more kill in here. It really makes a big difference if he did kill 1 or 2, and that's a great flick headshot there. Flom being really fast, and he definitely has the skill ceiling. Like, Flom could be a dangerous player if he's found the right team for to just keep the consistency up. But Titan are going to win the round. They do lose 2 players. Pretty good investment. I think Luminosity are going to be happy with this.
Yeah, one thing to note is that they actually staggered things, Luminosity. They had 1 guy running ahead of the pack, and then the 4 of them coming like a couple seconds behind. So that HE, it landed between them.
Yeah.
So it didn't like just catch them all grouped up and maybe even like tag them, you know, slow them down. It hardly did any damage at all. So they were able to quickly overwhelm Maniac. When you have like 3 P250s running at you, you know, even if you have the rifle and a helmet, you're not going to be around too long.
Smoke up here. So are they going to throw the other 2 smokes? I think they might try and fake A. So this one is, there's 1 smoke of the I just threw is a clear indication. Oh, they're still going to go for B. You can throw smokes from here into the middle of the map, so that's what I was wondering. But in the meantime, Maniac, as they're setting up, will pretty much destroy all of them. Still, you know, Luminosity trying the best that they could. But if they've thrown, I think the 1 smoke that lands right here, if they throw another 2 smokes from up here that land sort of towards middle and connector, maybe that was enough to indicate that it was going to be an A push, but no such luck. Maniac caught them out. It's going to be 3-0 now moving into the 4th round. Now finally they get to buy, although they don't have quite enough money to go for Orbhammer or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm curious. It seems like we have a pause coming in right now, and Frost was standing still with that bomb in the last round, so he was seemed like he might have had a little bit of a problem there. So yeah, Frost has left the game.
Oh,
so that's what I was wondering about, because in that last round he was kind of just chilling, you know. And Maniac was like, "What's up, bro?" Puts a shot in his face. So I'm wondering. I thought that, you know, okay, wow, man, like not really even going for like a kill. You know, I know it's an eco round. I know, you know, odds of you winning aren't that high, but you gotta put a fight. You gotta put a fight up, right?
Yeah, just I'm looking at Kenny's Karambit knife. It's that one. It's one of the ones I don't have. I've made a vow, Samurai. I want to get like 1 of each Karambit. That's my goal.
You're gonna get 1 of each Karambit.
Yeah, that's my goal. So yeah, I'm slowly building. I think I've got.
Okay. When's your birthday again?
It's in December, man. It's the 7th.
Yeah, that's right.
It's gonna be a while.
Like right next to Christmas as well. Okay, I'll have to double whammy you then.
I'm slowly building my way there. We'll see.
Existence has got the case hardened. Yeah, okay.
Has he? Oh,
I still haven't forgiven myself for trading away my clever girl. That was one of the biggest mistakes I've ever made.
Wow. We will we'll rectify it later on. Trade some of the players. Maybe try and bet them. See if we can.
Oh, I've got my butterfly knife now, but I need to start looking again. We're gonna make it happen. But it looks like, guys, we're back, we're live, and we have 1 AWP picked up. That's going to be Flom, who's the primary opera for Luminosity. So he'll be going with that. 4 AKs, decent nade count. So Luminosity, they actually have what they need to get the job done here. We're going to see if there's going to be a peak, but it's not going to be the case. Flom is going to back up, and Luminosity really just spread out across the map right now.
And look at this. Titan, aggressive mid-control. Flashbang in from Apex to find the kill there on Arya, and Lex going down to Kenny. So really good start for Titan, and really unfortunate for LG as they did just pick up all these rifles and wanted to get something great out of this round. Frost is standing still, and it doesn't look good for him right now. It feels like maybe there's something up with his PC. Apex going to take him out, and it's Anger and Flom left 2v5. Now the first order of business here has to get a couple of good entry frags on A. Winning the round is going to be very nearly impossible, I think, but they could do some damage. It'd be worth it.
Nice nade there. That's going to drop Anger down to 60. I like the set. I really like the setup there for Titan because Kenny is actually literally standing in the window looking underpass. And the reason he can do that is because he has Apex pushed up the top mid and then Existence holding from connector. Like, he's got so much coverage. So these are the kinds of setups that you can really abuse. If you're Titan, you're a solid team. You're working together to hold the different angles. Kenny can feel comfortable enough to be like, yeah, okay, I wouldn't usually do this because it's a huge risk for me to be this exposed. But if both of you are there watching top mid, if anybody pushes through, I'm going to have time to either take this shot underpass or back off. So Titan really just dominating that mid control. 20 seconds left in the round, though, and Luminosity still haven't really done anything.
Yeah, they're going to obviously try and save here. So I thought maybe they'd try and get some kills just to soften up Titan's economy early on. Because the problem is now Titan are going to get another round where they lose pretty much nobody.
Yeah.
And that's it's going to be good for the French team. Flom missing a shot there, 2 seconds left, and maybe they can just make it out of this round alive. They are going to be able to. So that's important. That's really important. And I'm assuming we'll have a quick pause here. Hopefully Frost's issue will have subsided.
So the match is paused, and we'll see what happens. Frost, yeah, not having any luck right now. That's 2 rounds in a row pretty much where he's been standing still. So hopefully they can figure out whatever it is that's going wrong with this PC. They did manage to hold on to some decent gear here, Luminosity. So it's like Flom, he's got his AWP, Anger as well, fully equipped. So hopefully it isn't that big of an issue here because this is really hard for Luminosity as well, especially when you get so pumped. They've been warming up as well. You know, I was talking about Titan having plenty of time to sit down, get the DM in, etc. But Luminosity also, you know, all their players just really focused. Sitting there just doing the best that they could to get mentally prepared for this match versus Titan.
We've talked in the past about how much it matters when you're the underdog team to get the good start. So when you have this kind of start, it's rough. It's really rough.
And this is only, exactly. And this is only going to play in Titan's favor because they're just like, okay, you know, going through the motions, and their mid take clearly worked very well. So they know, okay, well, that strat's going to work. We're going to keep doing it. And Luminosity, they can never really get any kind of rhythm going. I think that's the more important thing. You know, before we even start talking about momentum on the match, it's just rhythm for themselves. They're just getting shattered every time.
Well, it's going to be a long struggle back. They are playing the less favored side at least. So if they can get up to, I think, a good 6 rounds here on the first half, that has to be the goal here.
Yeah, they have to like outright win the half, I think, for them to have a shot in CT because Titan are also really polished on their T side. When it comes to execution on Mirage, they see it as one of their strongest maps, which is why they were willing to play Na'Vi at ESL. You know, they're like, yeah, sure, we know that Na'Vi are good on it, but we feel that we're also very good on this map, that this is one of our stronger maps. So
Na'Vi did have, I mean, Na'Vi's performances on Mirage, especially during that tournament, was scary, to say the least. You know what? While we're waiting, let's say this. I'm still working on my video for Mirage, but I'll say this. I found an interesting smoke you can do. It's there are a couple of different ways of throwing it, but one of the hardest positions to smoke on this map is actually the connector, because you can easily enough throw smokes that will land here, but the problem is people can just kind of look over them, right?
Yeah.
So you need smokes that land up these stairs.
Yeah.
And that's pretty far in. You know, how you're going to get them to rain this far in, or you throw them so they land all the way back here. And then people can kind of run through anyway. But you can actually throw one from this corner right here. If you run up here, you sort of stack yourself against this one and aim at the antennas and then jump and throw. You can actually land one that sort of flies in the air and it lands and it bounces and then it bounces up there.
No way.
Yeah, it's cool. I spend 5 hours, I think, on Mirage running around trying to throw this smoke. And I try to throw one from the other side. I have one that lands on the other side, but it's so hard to do. I don't know why it's so difficult. But I'll put it all into a video at some point and try and explain, though, because I didn't just want to throw the smoke. I had like a specific thing in mind. So I'll try and get back to that at some other point.
There we go. We got our preview now, a taster here live on the stream.
Yeah, why not? You know, we've got to talk about something while we're being put to wait here. Frost trying to figure out the issues. Hopefully not too much longer, though. But I mean, the start of that round, regardless of what Frost is doing, was still a double opening from Titan, which is hard to deal with.
Exactly. I think that's the problem, and also in the round before that, it's just like Maniac slaughtered his teammates anyways, so the impact that Frost would have been pretty minimal. Like maybe a kill on Maniac, but then 1v4 with a pistol. This last round, exactly double entry frag. I mean, 3v5 in that situation would have still been really hard for Luminosity to come back in. I guess the main thing is just that they could have still gotten kills and had an impact on Titan's money, and that's got to be what's kind of annoying them or bothering them at this point. Because okay, winning the round would have been difficult, but at least they could have got like a soft win by getting a couple kills in.
No, I agree. It's the It's the fact that Titan get to live with everyone. I think the other round where Maniac got the 4 kills up here, they didn't lose anyone either.
No.
So that's 2 rounds for Titan where they get 5 players live. I mean, if Titan don't even have the SMGs that everyone has been raving and been so angry about, Titan's just like, oh, we don't need them. We're just going to get the money anyway.
Actually really surprising because, I mean, it's like the amount of money that you can make off of those, considering Luminosity didn't even go for a Kevlar armor buy, which is why Titan went for the FAMASas, etc. in the first round, because they were probably trying to counter that Kevlar armor. But had they known that Luminosity don't favor that, definitely I think we would have seen, you know, like an MP7, a couple of MP7s, because we've seen them use them in the past. So I'm wondering if this is just like a recent change coming out from Titan, you know, them saying, oh, maybe we'll lean away from this right now.
It could be. In the All-Star match, we saw not that many SMGs either, right? I feel like sure, the SMGs are really good, but there is still some risk involved in buying them. It's not like you can just do it and
well, you got to be like Natu, basically. You know, her Kerrigan, like specialists. The guys are just like, yeah, I'm going to make this gun work and put some time into preparing it.
Nobody wants to be known as the SMG specialist. So that's a problem.
Well, you know, that's the thing. Nobody wants to be known for like millionaire. You know, like you got so much money. Do you really care what people think, Anders?
Well, probably not. Look at this, though. Great call once again coming out from Luminosity. Last time they couldn't execute on it. This time they have to. It's just a Maniac here, and they will slow themselves down, which is a real shame because now the more time that goes by, you can tell Apex is now coming in here, and that's the problem. They maybe couldn't know it, but if they had pushed straight away, even through the Molotov, that would have been a better choice. Maniac now has got some backup here, and it's going to be a mean crossfire going into it. Luminosity, though, ready with the smokes, landing in here, and look at this, blocking off Maniac. Great work coming out right now from the North American team. Apex going to get jumped in on Anchor, opening up with that kill, and now Maniac in the background. FAMASA's going to let one person through. They haven't checked it yet, and this could be completely lethal. Kenny picking up 2 kills as well, and it's going to be all on Flom, alone 1v4.
And what was happening there on short for Existence, like to be jumping around with Anger over there? I had no idea what was going on. Was Anger blind, standing on the edge of a smoke? Like, both of them just kind of like nudge shoulders, like, hey, bro, and then all of a sudden Existence was like, you're not my bro, and like starts spraying him down.
But oh, no. I don't know. That was a confusing round. So this is weird because it looks like Luminosity is just getting crushed in these rounds in the way they are, but they make really good calls. The timing is off by a second, or they don't get them. Yeah, or Kenny wrecks them. You know, they don't get the execution right. This time they're going to go for the A bomb site once again, and the stack going on here for Titan is immense. This should be a slaughter where Titan just come out hugely on top.
Yeah, because these smokes coming in. Doesn't even matter. They instantly start to rotate back through jungle to try and beat the smokes to get in position to have some eyes on that site. Apex with the double kill already. Arya and Anger taken out. There's Flom trying to go to work, and he does actually pick up Apex, but then they line up, and Kenny Existence just wrecking house. RPK even gets in for a little bit of the action at the end. RPK, you know, we haven't really said RPK's name much so far in this map in the past 6 rounds. He's still, well, you know, it's fun. You know, he's like bottom fragging with 4 right now. Everybody's getting in on it.
But I feel like RPK is at least so far in his global offensive career, that is going to be his role, essentially. He will be the guy that we won't be talking too much about, but he will just consistently be getting kills, like 1 or 2 kills every round, and you don't really notice, but then all of a sudden it turns out he's had a huge impact on the game. It's just been like really quiet and subtle. That's a dangerous kind of player, one of the reasons why he's so good. Quick pause coming into it once again here. 6-0 though for Titan, and a lot of rounds, even without the SMGs. I mean, 8-0 and 0 on Kenny. They just they haven't died much at all.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, the money tells the story, right? There's 4,000 on Apex. He just rebought full, but the rest of them, they're all sitting above 10,000. So this is like a complete catastrophe for Luminosity as far as the early game is concerned. Giving Titan 6-0, them having so many people alive at the end of the rounds, even if they were able to pick up a round now, that'll reset their money. And then Titan is like, okay, that's fine. Complete rebuy. Kenny could just buy ops all day long right now as far as he's concerned. So it's definitely not pretty right now for Luminosity, but these constant pauses, man, it's so difficult. How do you keep your head in the game when you're constantly getting your rhythm broken?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think every team and some of these players have been playing for a long time, like Flom and Frost, you know, long careers
Frost
playing.
Yeah.
So they've probably been through this a bunch of times anyway. But yeah, mentally, sure, it's hard to stay focused. Especially because you're getting beat. So it's like you lose, and then you get to sit there and really think about it. The team gets time to really worry about it. Definitely annoying. The Rust, the Rust bayonet coming out. I love it.
Rusted.
I love the Rust skins. They're so cool.
All
well.
right.
Look, guys, just to make sure that we don't run into any more trouble with Frost's PC, we're actually going to switch it up altogether. So there's going to be a quick break before we get on with it, which is definitely going to be worth it. Otherwise, we could end up having this problem all day. And, don't want that at all. Well,
okay.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, we do have the game finally underway again, and hopefully Frost will be able to play throughout the rest of this match without too many issues. Maniac, though, is going to have a little bit happening to him here. Samuel, what do you think? The Molotov is out, and he's got the flashbang as well.
Yeah, but he's managed to dodge that HE nade, and he's going to be able to get behind bench. Nice flash there to slow up the Luminosity push as well. So you already have Titan Kenny coming back into the mix, and he's going to be able to spot them out of the window, but doesn't hit the flick. He did see a man go past on the site, though, but Maniac is able to spray down Flom. And so far, Titan, they're keeping the control.
Maniac still just playing inside the smoke perimeter with the Tech-9 as well, getting a couple of kills and making it a triple in total. Bomb is down, though, and Frost really got shot with a deagle, but he can't reload it in time. RPK going to steal around away. Still, that was, I think that's the closest round we've had yet from Luminosity.
Well, he's trying to look for the AWP, wondering where Kenny's op went there. Looks like he's gonna have plenty of time to defuse there, but RPK definitely wondering he's gonna head back over. That's a Galil. That's not an AWP. Where's the AWP? There it is, and he finds it at the end. So they saved some money there in the end, Titan. But that was a really solid eco round considering Luminosity were only on pistols pretty much.
Yeah, that worked out really well. In spite of everything that Maniac did, you know, triple kill, as you said, slowing them down so much with the counter flash as well. Imagine if none of that happened, if they just got in there really quick. But not this time around. See, a couple of grenades from middle. Yeah, Aya's going to throw one, so let's see how that works. Oh, no, doesn't actually quite hit, so bit of a problem. And look at Kenny. This is classic Kenny, isn't it? He's one of the few people that will make this jump really swiftly, jumping out onto short like this.
Yeah, we've seen him use it in the past. He's definitely not afraid. And so far, defense looks pretty solid here for Titan. There's going to be an aggressive push into B house for Maniac. He's just trying to clear this out, spots the man underpass, and does not land the shot. Lex instead is going to take him out. So this is actually looking pretty decent here for Luminosity. They actually have an entry frag to build off of now.
Yeah, great opening from Lex, whom you guys should know about, especially in the European scene if you haven't. Does a lot of streaming. So I think his Twitter name is on the AK there, so you should go and follow him if you haven't already. Apex is going to be going down to Frost opening up. Great start for Luminosity, and it is now that they need to change it around. They got to win and a lot of consecutive rounds. If they can force Titan to eco here, then that is the way back into the game. Existence going to be up to 1 kill. Still got about 40 seconds left, and there's Anger to take the kill. Now they still have to get past the raid boss, which is Kenny S.
And Kenny's in position. He's going to be looking. Connector spots them out, down to 15 HP, though. So the impact that he's going to have is going to be very tough for him to get anything done. They're trying to wallbang him down as well. He has to play passive, and this is going to allow for the plant for Connector. And RPK not going to be there fast enough to deny it, so the bomb will get planted here. 1v3 scenario for him, seeing as how Kenny has been picked off from CT. And this is now going to be all down to RPK. He has a kit. He has a smoke. But now does he have the shots? Does he have the chops? Because he's about to get split up in the Triangle of Doom.
Yeah, Deco did it really well. Aya just, you know, trying to distract him, but time's running out as well. RPK charging into it, and it's just going to get the 1 kill. So finally, the NA team is going to come up with a win here. Make it 7-1. Now, we said they had to win consecutive rounds, and you can tell the money here on the CT side is so good. So not just this round, but they have to win the next one as well for this to work. And maybe even the one after that, yeah.
So much bank. But I suppose like the one thing to take out of that is that RPK did manage to get 1 kill at least. So that does mean that somebody has to end up dropping a gun on Luminosity's side. So the impact on that money is that Luminosity really aren't going to have too much to work with. If they lose this round here, it's going to be a calamity for them. They're just going to be so broke. So Titan in a pretty good position to actually pick up the momentum again after that 1 round loss.
Yeah, and they keep throwing out. I'm sort of wondering if they really intentionally aren't hitting the window with that smoke, because it seems like it should be a smoke for mid connector, but are they smoking underpass instead to make sure that Lex is going to be safer? It doesn't really seem to make sense to me, but
no, that does feel like it might be a missed one. Just because, like, smoking underpass, but then you're vulnerable to the AWP from window.
And people could still go underpass without any issue. Like, that smoke wouldn't stop people from going underpass, really.
Nice nade onto Kenny, though. That's going to ring his bells and keep him honest. But you have the double push into T-Pit now coming in from Titan. They're looking to get some information. Now that we're down to 45 seconds, this is when Titans start to move around on the map, trying to get the info that will allow them to be properly positioned once the push starts to come in. Luminosity, they've got 2 guys over in B halls, but Wondering if this isn't some kind of fake, because one of them is starting to wrap back through underpass, and I'm wondering if they aren't going to try and just go through connector here. Only problem is there's going to be 2 guys holding solid. No, okay, it's going to be a split onto B.
Yeah, they got the bomb up there. Nice pop flash in towards connector, but Kenny's still going to open up, taking down Arya. And now Maniac, quick peek in there to take down Frost. He's now alone at the bomb site. He's got plenty of health, but they don't have a lot of time on the Luminosity side. The bomb drops as well, and that's probably going to be the round. Anger trying his best. Going to get the first kill, but he has to get the bomb, get back in here, and by the time he does, they're all around him, and Apex will take him out. So I still think Luminosity are making good calls. It seems like whenever they pick a bomb site, they generally pick the one where Titan's the weakest, but then they lose the entry frag in the bomb site, and they slow down. And the more they slow, the worse it's going to get.
Yeah, they're just going to get picked off because Titan are just going to start swarming on them. They realize with so little time left that there's very little room for Luminosity to pull tricks, that they can really go for the full rotation onto that B site. One thing to take away from that was that Frost did get a nice kill onto Kenny, so removed him from the back line, so that kind of opened up short. But then he got taken out immediately in turn, so really just difficult situations here for Luminosity. And it seems like they're going back to, I suppose, as far as they're concerned, like the tried and true. They want to get that smoke round going on A. They have they have 2 smokes to work with, but Existence already going to take out Anger.
Yeah, smoke goes off. CT spawn, very common as well, but Existence just not going to care here. Stands his ground. Apex RPK picking up a couple of kills, and it's the slow snipe with the USPS from the Belgian in-game leader to make it 9-1. So this is bad.
You see those taps, right? That's Existence. He's only been playing Headshot mod. Like DM. He only plays Headshot mod DM now. So he's been getting like a couple hours a day in just Headshot mod. So you can see him like getting the clicks, looking for the headshots there. I'm just like, there you go, man. Just think you're in DM. Just think you're in DM.
Maybe a contender to be the new Scream.
Oh, so that's how that works.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Learning stuff all the time. It's going to be into the 11th round, and Luminosity going for Tech9, no armor. They actually, instead of armor, they want to buy a bunch of grenades here. So it's a really risky play, and I would say the chances that they can win the round are really low without armor. Maybe a bomb plant, though, which wouldn't be too bad, and they're already in here. RPK, you see without the head armor, instant death as well to Anger, and the rest of them are sort of stuck on slope. So actually, this looked like it was some mistiming going in here from this Terra side.
They just got bogged down.
Yeah. Once the people come out of apartments, you really, really need to be up on slope. Like the coordination timing between the people coming slope and the people coming through ramps has to be, there has to be almost no difference between these two.
Well, yeah, exactly. You have to hit. You can't have like one prong of the assault getting cut off like it did there by RPK. RPK really. I thought that he might get caught off guard by the guy going shadow like that. There was an opportunity for him to get caught in the side of the head, but
yeah,
it seems like he was able to readjust his aim in time, and then the rest of Luminosity kind of just got bogged down. But here we go. This was in the notes earlier. The fact that Luminosity, they do like to go for the double op play on Mirage.
There it is.
They finally have the money for it. So Frost and Flom, they've both got sniper rifles.
Look at Kenny. They smoke off window and he just jumps into middle. He might get killed. He will get killed. Frost with a big pick off there. Very, very important. Existence, though, hiding in the corner. Still going to pick up Lex and will go down to Anger. Still working out in favor of Luminosity right now. And they finally got that mid smoke down, which is really good. Did force Kenny out. Apex will fall as well. It's down to Maniac and RPK. And they might finally be able to pick up another round here.
This is some very solid work coming out, however. Let's see if Maniac can hit the angle right. Looks like they want to try and smoke him out. No, they're going to allow him to walk up connector, but so far that was actually very solid by Luminosity, getting in position, losing the first guy, sure, but then always somebody there to get the trade frag, and that's the important bit. So long as they can continue to keep that momentum going, where they can roll onto a site eventually, just trade frags, it works out in the end for them. And Maniac now, he may be wondering, do I go for it? I think he's just going to be going for frags again. He wants to just find a kill, see if he can't get them down to 2 guys surviving this round.
Yeah, it'd be good if he could do that much. And, I mean, Arya is very low on health. I'm not sure he's realizing, but here it is, the kill happening, and he's going to walk away from it. So it's a successful way to play a 1v3 at this point in time.
He even saves the op for Kenny. Like, this is a big play by Maniac. Yeah. They even lose one of the ops, Luminosity. They lost it over in ladder room, so they aren't going to have the money to rebuy it. So they really just get 1 round out of a double op play on their T side.
Yep, that's pretty accurate. And right, the smoke into window here that we've sort of been looking at it, and I do want to keep looking at it because it's really important that you hit those smokes. But there are a lot of top teams that struggle with this. They keep throwing it, and it's because that window smoke is not as easy to hit as maybe it seems. This one, maybe a little bit late, but you can see Kenny's just now accepted the fact that, right, you guys are going to smoke me off. I'll be in here really quick, and this is so dangerous. He does miss the shot, though, and Apex will go down. Grenade into the middle, going to soften up Arya and also Frost, but They still have the opening frag, and Existence going to go down as well. RPK to follow. Lex is on fire to get those 2 kills.
But then Kenny manages to come back and take out Frost, so that was a nice little frag there. He's not going to catch them as they make it up connector. They're going to be already on this A site. It comes down to the rotation now between him and Maniac heading over from that B site. But there is an opportunity here for Maniac. Going to pop flash his way through, try and get the shots in, trying to deny that plant. He's not going to make it, though. He gets 1 kill onto Flom before Anger returns, and now it's going to be Kenny. 1v1 scenario here. Lex, who's done so well this round, needs to hold.
Yeah, and this bomb plant is not for him. This is actually a big problem. If Kenny gets into the bomb right now, it's going to be rough. Kenny all the way back here. Lex jumping up, and now he spots him and has to try and hide. Will get up behind Tetris, and he just has to buy time. Kenny puts a shot through, will hit him in the leg. 19 seconds. Oh, sorry, 19 health, and he's going to end up going down. Kenny jumping on top of the box, and the defuse is going to happen. And that is a clear indication that if the bomb plant had been out here, you can plant behind the boxes out here, or just even in the open, Lex would have been able to play that position really well. I don't actually think that was Lex's fault as much as it was down to the bomb plant being a bit inaccurate there.
Yeah, not really taking into account the post-plant positions there, unfortunately. But also, it's really hard to account for Kenny just rolling in and getting a quad kill. When, like, everybody on the A site gets mopped up, Kenny's just like, okay, I'll take it on myself to make the difference here. Save my team. Oh, nice nade. Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, not quite max damage, but close enough at least. An Apex pushing top mid, so he's going to know so much about what's going on, and Aya has no idea, so he's definitely already dead. He might not know it yet, but it's going to be gone. Apex picking up that kill, and Maniac holding over here, so even if they try to push, it's not going to work out. Existence also going to take down Lex. It's getting worse and worse now. So we could be seeing a 13-2 finish here if Titan steal this round away.
Yeah, they're just going to reset the money for low luminosity. They're going to be very hard pressed. Well, reset, basically, it's been quite a few rounds since they've won, so they should have enough to be able to buy, but again, it's going to be some kind of quasi-force buy coming out of them.
Yeah.
So 58 seconds left in this round. It looks like they're going to try and move that bomb up to mid, but Apex is once again hanging around here. Needs to get this timing right. He's thinking that they're coming out of underpass. So Titan not getting the info, or at least spotting out and seeing that there wasn't anybody mid for now. They decide to consolidate the defense and fall back to the sites.
And they can safely do that. They've got the men advantage. Pretty easy for them to just play it safe on either bomb site and let the terrorist side just get to them. Frost trying to clear the angles with the AWP, but look at the timing here. 25 seconds is just not a lot to get into a bomb site, win the fight, and put the bomb down. They're really cutting it close. I think too close.
Yeah, at this point, like 18 seconds. They're going up connector. There's 2 guys alive on this A site, and Apex is going to be in position as well. Spots that guy out in jungle, but Flom is going to take the kill on RPK. Frost takes out Apex, but Kenny holding from CT drops that bomb carrier. 8-7. There's only 6 seconds left. They have to get the bomb plant, and he's finally going to do it, but just barely. Flom has only got 5 HP, and again, it's a 1v1 scenario, and he's not able to get the kill fast enough on Kenny.
Oh, Flom actually was 100% sure that Kenny would come looking for him because of the time that's left, so he stopped planting. He stopped doing that for a moment, and Kenny was still in CT spawn waiting. It's currently 17-0 and 4 Kenny's ratio, so very hard to deal with, and a painful round for Luminosity to lose like that. But I actually understand perfectly why Flom thought that he would be coming for him, because that would be 70-80% of the time that would be what the CT would be doing.
Yeah, it's just Kenny is like way too cool right now. He's like, I feel pretty confident in this 1v1 regardless. I'll just hang around, and it works out perfectly for him. We already have a trade frag going on in mid, however, Existence, he gets 1 kill, but he gets instantly returned on. But Luminosity, this is a force up from them, and Apex is just beating them up at this point. He picks up another kill onto Lex. Nice nade, though. Kenny down to 9 HP. This makes such a huge difference now for Luminosity. 2 of the members on Titan are so very low.
Yeah, are they going to try and see if they can make their way in if we connect to RPK's here? And he's got Kenny on the crossfire. That's Flom going down. And Anger going to get caught as well. RPK pushing down the middle, leaving Aya. Will get up the first headshot there, but can't find the kill. They did do a lot of damage to Kenny and Apex, but not going to be quite good enough. So Titan, 13-2 first half in their favor. That's really brutal.
Yeah, that's dominant, pretty much. Just flat out dominance coming in from the what, French, Swiss, Belgium team. We're just gonna say French team. I mean, it's hard to beat. It's hard to go around that. Luminosity, I mean, we said that they were going to be the underdogs, and I think whichever way you look at it, they are going to be, but not to this extent. Well, definitely hoping to see a bit more out of them here.
Yeah, it might be the map as well. I hope once we see them on Cash and maybe even on Dust 2, it's going to be more interesting. Although I am still a bit worried about the fact that Dust 2 is the last map, so they'll be playing Cash first. So
and Titan are no slouch on Cash.
They are definitely not. But if you are just joining us, then obviously a big welcome here to the ESCA streams. The ESCA LAN is the first match of the day. We're off to a bit of a rocky start, but now things seem to be working just fine. And it's a best-of-3 game, and we've got some really cool teams here. So I hope you guys will join us for the full day. And please remember to tweet at us if there's anything you want changed as well. The social media stuff should be all over the place. So just find us and give us a tweet if there's something you want changed, and we'll try and see what we can work on it. Lex is going to have a hard time, although this is cool because they will realize, they should realize early on that there's nothing going on at B, and then they should be able to... No, but look how quick Titan are. They're not slowing down.
Yeah, they go straight up. 4 guys from balcony. And now they're going to quickly overwhelm Lex, who is the only guy holding in CT. RPK even putting shots through. Love the fact that Titan are going aggressive on this as well, looking to catch out the rotator. But then Arya takes that shot long range, hits the headshot on Apex. And now things get a little slowed down here for Titan, but he has no idea that Kenny is lurking. Kenny taking both fights, and he's not going to win the second one, but he does drop him very low.
Oh, Anger out of bullets, out of time as well here. 1v3 ends up going down. Existence to pick up the last kill there. And Titan making that push work really well. So there is actually something that's really cool about this map. What you can do, what they did is you have one person here, and then you have one person middle. If you have 3 people pushing B, though, and you run to this spot and you can hear if anyone's rushing. If no one rushing, one stays, the other 2 go middle, and then you can help clear middle with this guy in window. Once you clear middle, you realize no one's there. Well, then it's kind of has to be an 8 push. So if the terrorist side doesn't push while you're clearing everything else, you're golden. But Titan didn't wait around quite long enough. Now this is a stack though if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, this is a straight up A stack coming out from Luminosity. Titan like to do this as well, but look at this. They're within the smoke radius as well. This is perfect for Luminosity, and they're going to be able to catch Apex off guard. There you go, the aggressive push, but RPK waiting for Lex with that MAC-10. He's going to pick up the first, but Flom is wreaking havoc right now in a pit, and Existence and Maniac are the last 2 guys alive.
Yeah, great play from Flom. Could be getting another kill in here. Grenade is going to bounce on out. Not going to do quite enough damage, and one is returned as well. And the bomb is running away on Existence, but that's still a very powerful defense, and I are actually picking up 2 of those kills. So, things are looking pretty decent. That was a good call coming out once again from Luminosity. Oh, out of bullets on Frost. Otherwise, I think Maniac would have been dead.
Yeah, pretty much. Maniac was so low. Existence has worked his way all the way through B apartments. However, he may be able to actually hit the timing to get out onto this site before that man gets in kitchen, and that's going to be the case. Frost rushing forward, trying to deny the plant. He's going to make it just in time. Hits the headshot, and Maniac is now alive with 4 HP. Doesn't even realize he's getting shot out, though. Arya is going to go for the flank with the MAC-10. 3 kills with that MAC-10, or at least 2 of them with the MAC-10 for Arya, though, so that's going to be a lot of money in his pocket. You can see him jumping straight up to 6,000 there in the bank.
Honestly, they've had a bunch of good calls. I mean, we look at the scoreboard now, 14-3. I think everyone knows what time it is. So let's not pretend that Luminosity is somehow gonna make like an incredible comeback here. The chances that will happen are very, very, very slim. But they've actually made a bunch of really good calls on the T side as well. Like Arya, just new to in-game leading on this team. Definitely some good calls. They just haven't executed well on them, but the call itself has been pretty good.
Well, the read, the fact that Titan go for a smoke round and Luminosity go for as hard a counter as exists in a second round buy like that, getting within the smoke radius up close to pit and going for the pushes. I mean, we're seeing some good stuff here from Luminosity. It just comes down to landing the shots now.
Well, this time they still have a pretty good setup here. Lex and Anger, I expect, should be able to work together well enough, especially now that Flom is here. I'd be disappointed if Luminosity couldn't pick up these kills coming into it. But they are against armored targets, so Anger's MAC-10 is going to be slightly less effective, but still pretty good.
Let's see, already, there's a trade frag. Lex on the site. They're consistently actually slapping down the defense, however, and Lex is just dancing around in that smoke, but he is blocked off. He's not going to be able to deny that plant instead. It's going to be his teammates picking up the kills. Existence now the last man alive in a 1v2. Both players coming in from jungle, and there's a straight-up fight, but Existence, he gets another kill. Very expensive round here for Luminosity. That's so much money that they just had to spend.
Yeah, so definitely a lot better for Titan than I had expected. I think there was a bit of distraction going on. The player playing inside the bomb site, the whole idea is that when you're in shadows like this and people come out from the pit, you've got like a crossfire going on. You catch them inside that, and when they had Flom over here as well, it's a 3-way crossfire. So I expected a bit more, but still they win the round, make it 14-4, and Titan smell weakness apparently because they just kind of keep. I mean, it's not a full buy. They still have money left, but they feel like they could do this.
Yeah. they're aiming for another bomb plant here, basically, to get that full buy in the next round. Maybe get kennyS that AWP. Nice angle here held by Flom. He may be able to catch Maniac going for a shoulder peek, and he does hit the shot, but it's on Apex instead. Great HE, though. That's going to be banking right in, but it goes a little bit too far, and Flom just perma-white standing in the flames. Not looking too hot for him.
Ends up going down. Headshot from RPK saved him from burning alive at least. Anger, good damage being dealt out here, and it's just going to be Existence left. Not really a lot that he could do. They don't have an HE grenade, otherwise he'd probably be dead already.
Yeah, just throw in a flash instead, right? He was that low.
Yeah.
We need more. We need more flash nade kills, man. More nade kills.
It's far and few between them. Well, it's going to be 5-14 here, and now Titan, because they did sort of space out their economy, have enough to make the buy work. It's not going to be the AWP for Kenny. Not necessarily a big deal playing T-side at all. And let's see what they're going to go for.
Well, they have all the nades that they need, at least. I mean, they get 2 guys who can go for a full set of nades, and then 2 guys that kind of skimp and can't really pick up HEs, but they have all the flashes and smokes. Luminosity, however, they're going for a straight-up mid-rush. 4 guys in mid right now. This is insane.
Yeah. Flash out once. Now, if they are quick enough here, they could definitely catch Kenny and RPK both. There's one gone down, and that's the bomb being dropped. This is perfect play from Luminosity. Again, the calls are really, really good. They're catching up Titan. They're reading the game quite well at the moment. Lex and Frost picking up 2 kills like that, and Apex and Maniac are going to be left. I think it was Anger getting the first one.
Now, all of a sudden, it's coming back to me. I had this talk with Arya last night, and he's like, yeah, man, we've done a lot of homework on Titan. We feel prepared. All of a sudden, these calls that he's making, it seems to be that the homework is paying off.
Right. So when you're watching this at home, maybe it doesn't seem like that much, but the kind of push that they just did, Luminosity, you can do that a lot, and it can end up being wrong, 10 times in a row. Maybe there's a round where Titan are prepared and ready for it. Maybe there's a round where they're not even here and they're rushing B or A instead, and you'll end up being out of position. So you have to put this round in exactly when it fits into what Titan are doing. And this was it. They control the bomb in the space of, 10 or 15 seconds into the round. Really good stuff.
Well, just the other night, Titan, they had a lead like this, and they ended up losing the game. So, wondering, does history repeat itself, Anders? Are we getting more of the same here? Are Titan going to be able to find themselves? Because I'm sure they're having flashbacks to that one match.
I mean, if it happens again, I think Existence is going to kill someone.
Before Existence, maybe Maniac, because Maniac was the guy who went wild on Twitter where he was like, this is unforgivable, and I hope we don't qualify for the event because there should be a punishment for this kind of play. I was like, whoa, Maniac. Okay, boy, time to calm down a little bit, man. That's not helping anybody.
No, but Titan take this very seriously. They're a hard-working team, which is great when it pays off, and when it doesn't, I guess it backfires a bit in the sense that it feels really bad losing when you've put this much into it.
Mm-hmm.
But, I still think Titan are, well, I said 3 months at Katowice, but now I guess 2 months away from being like at the top level. I think they can do it. Still think they could do it. Auto sniper on Frost. Oh yeah, almost going to make it around the corner then, but Flom not going to be able to fight anyone. They end up falling back. Apex will go down, and it's a triple kill with the auto sniper. Kenny, please don't do it. Oh, they turn around for it, and Frost will get the kill. Quad with the auto sniper, and that's how you shut down Titan. Great play here from the North American team. I mean, now I feel even worse for the fact that they had such a bad first half. They really had a struggle first half. Imagine now if Luminosity had picked up those 6 rounds, we'd have a great game on. I mean, we already have an interesting game, but this is actually proof that Luminosity have done, like you were saying, really good homework.
Yeah, serious homework. They've got ideas. They've really got a good read on Titan. But now Titan have got a full buy. Titan have everything that they need, and Kenny's got the AWP. He's not limited to that AK, and already we see the impact there. He just out-ops Flom. And Titan, I mean, look at this. They aren't wasting any time at all. Apex is already up in connector right now, looking to catch somebody out, and he does. He takes out Lex with a headshot, looking for Arya, but Arya lands the shot first, only to get caught out by RPK. These trade frags really working out well here for Titan.
That's the bomb. No, Kenny going to pick up the kill there. That was the bomb being covered by the auto sniper. Now, Anger is going to be in a tough spot. I think they know he's there as well, so they could just run for B, and that's exactly what Titan do. Existence doesn't even have to fight, but he will go for it and wins the battle as well. So that's going to be now map point for Titan. They steal it away, the opening frag from Kenny there making a big difference.
And they keep 3 guys alive as well. They have that AWP still on Kenny. But what a peak shot there from Kenny. I feel like last week we wouldn't even have seen him gone for that one. You know, the fact that he steps out and manages to pick off that auto sniper so quickly. Even last week he was still struggling quite a bit with the movement change from the op, you know, with the scope. So Kenny having to adapt, having to change his style. He was seen as the best opera in the world, and definitely have confidence in him, you know, being able to adapt and basically assimilate the change into his own style. But it does take a little bit of time. Glad to see that he's still able to get those frags, though.
Frost going down to Apex and looking underpass. Flom is going to drop as well. He did actually hit a shot on Apex, but it went through the wall and didn't quite do enough. So Luminosity losing 2 entry frags in a round that really matters a lot here. Aya, I think Kenny spotted him and it's going to be walking in. So even just like that, you can still do the scope walking a little bit and make it work. Lex coming up with a fight here against Existence, and he's got Anger close by, but they're 3 men down. I don't see a happy ending to this for Luminosity.
I'm surprised that Titan are still bringing this bomb over here. Well, there you go. Anger getting outflanked by Kenny, who got boosted up into window. And that bomb is heading over to B site, but it's not going to matter in the end. Apex walks up, takes out Lex, and right when it felt like Luminosity had a shot, the caster curse kicked in. We were getting excited. We were like, anything is possible. And then, then Luminosity are also like, well, yeah, it's also possible that we just lose the next 2 rounds. Yeah. That's it. It's done.
Well, I think Luminosity got to the point in game because of really good calls. They just had a number of rounds where both on C and CT side where they made it work. So that's exciting. Now, I mean, it could just be a question of experience. Some of those times they made the right call. They lose the entry frag, and then they sort of slow down a little bit too much, and it gives Titan so much time. So maybe a little bit more confidence next time. They could be faster.
Yeah, it's a combination confidence.
Yeah,
like just confidence, and also we can't forget that at the very beginning, a lot of Luminosity's rhythm was broken, but with the constant pauses round after round after round after round. So they really didn't get a good start, and you can see that they tried to battle back from that. So that's great. But guys, we're going into Cash next. Before that, we're gonna have a very short break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back with map 2 of this best of 3 in just a few minutes.